for sure.
So we've been here an hour and a half. I'm cool to keep going. If you need to go, feel free. Don't feel any pressure that you have to stick around. I know, some people aren't down for the long streams. I'm having a blast. So, feel welcome.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I've got I can stay for another probably half hour if I want. If you're trying to wrap it up, that's cool too. It's up to you, man.
Not You're trying to wrap it up. Yeah, I'll open it up to the comments, guys. If you have comments on anything we've talked about, if you have topics that you'd like to hear us argue about or pontificate on, drop them in the comments. Let's see. So they're talking about alternative platforms. Sherry Voluntary says, all statists start with violence, though, because the state is inherently violent. Yeah, they just don't see it as violence. They think it as it's regulation. If you want to have the protection of the United States government, if you want to have a corporation in this great country of ours, there's rules. All right.
That's pretty good, like 1920s kind of New York loan shark accent there.
Yeah. Let's see. We have Minds as an alternative to Facebook. So I actually had this on my list to do a whole separate episode on. I wanted to take time because there are so many freaking platforms now. There's so many alternatives. There's so many just I go to disenthrall.me/platforms right now and you can see a list of everywhere that we publish to. Every single time we make a video, it takes me over an hour now to publish that video to all the different places that we're doing, because I'm trying to support as many as I can because I want to encourage people to get away from the big ones that are Marxists these days, right? But wow, most of them are crap. I guess that's the headline. Most alternatives are crap. maybe I don't know. I guess why don't we go down the list of alternatives and give our thoughts on them? I think that's useful. Thoughts meaning, do they suck or not? What's really good about them? What's the worst thing about them? Do we predict they will be around in 2 years? Now, I encountered you first on Steemit, so it seems like we should probably start with Steemit. What are your thoughts on that? The current state of Steemit.
I freaking loved Steemit for a good solid 2 years, and it was a way for me to make some cryptocurrency. I think Steemit was kind of like the Wild West, and it was a very cool place for, and in a lot of ways still is, for ANCAPs and voluntarists because of the lack of censorship. But personally, I was disappointed with the Steemit leadership. A lot of people jumped ship, and a lot of censorship actually did happen, which is fine. Like you said, who owns the server? It was, the people that had invested the most could control the platform, and I felt like they kind of shot it in the foot. But as with the most other platforms, they just don't have the user base and the ease of use that Facebook or YouTube has. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy to use. Steemit, there was a big learning curve at first. Once you get it, it's cool. But I haven't been active there now in months, so I don't know. Are you still active there?
Every single time we make a video, it gets posted to DTube, which I guess is the next thing to talk about.
Okay.
What do you think about DTube?
Yeah, I actually like DTube, but when they switched servers or whatever, what was that, half a year ago? I just kind of DTube. Sorry, I'm thinking of the other one that everyone turned against and hated. What was that other one with the ninja logo now? DLive.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
DLive.
I know there was some drama with that. I know there's a viewer of this channel called ANCAP Gamer. He's a streamer, a gaming streamer, and he said that a lot of people.
Yeah, DLive's a big gaming thing. DTube was cool, and I respect the creator immensely. He's a cool guy, but I could never get it to fucking play my videos reliably.
You want me to explain why?
So I always had to go back to YouTube.
Do you want me to explain why?
Sure.
So this was, I did a video on this right after DTube came out, when I really did a heavy dive into how it works, because I either thought this was going to be our salvation or our end. Well, not our end, but our, I think it was just going to die. And so the problem is who stores the videos. And in the beginning, and I don't think this might not be currently the case, maybe it still is, but when you upload a video, there's one dude with a set of servers that store that video and serve it up on the IPFS network. And he doesn't do that for free. And most people using DTube don't know that. He charges by the meg, I think, or maybe by the gig for storage space. And so when you upload a video to DTube, you're uploading that file to his IPFS server. And he has agreed with the DTube people to host that content for, I think, 30 days for free. And after that, he wants money. So if you upload a video to DTube and he gets a piece of whatever Steemit the video makes. So if the video makes 1 penny, as many videos do on Steemit, if that will pay to host your video 0 days, basically. If your video makes $100, your video will be hosted by him probably for 300 years, something like that. Like it's not expensive, but it has to make some money. If your videos don't make money, the guy doesn't get paid. He deletes your video, but it doesn't delete the video from Steemit or DTube. It still shows up. Like if you go back and like scroll down through Disenthrall and you pick one of the old videos that didn't make money, that's not going to play because that video doesn't exist anymore. And the only way to keep it in existence is to host your own IPFS node, which is a complicated ass thing to do. Most people are not going to be able to do that. That is why DTube, like right from the beginning, I was like, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, I was had a lot of playback issues as well, though. Even before the deletion would have become a factor, I had people trying to watch videos and they couldn't, and it sucked for me because I wanted to support DTube obviously more than YouTube. But well, I think Steemit was a good experiment. I was disappointed with the leadership. I mean, I went down to Tokyo. I met Ned at one of his talks, and I was a big fan of Dan Larimer as well until he came out denigrating privacy somewhere along the lines there and said the future of society is no privacy. We need to fight the government with 100% transparency and all this kind of wacky stuff. But I have respect for both those guys, but the platform kind of stopped working for me.
So DTube recently broke from Steemit. They have their own currency now. They're calling it DTC.
Really?
So every time you publish to DTube now, you get both. You can see on these videos here. I don't know if you can see on your phone, but every video now has a Steam dollar money and a DTC. So DTC is DTube's new crypto. I don't know where this is going to go.
Oh.
I don't know. So what's your prediction? Let's wrap this one up. What's your prediction on Steem at DTube? Is it around in 2 years? What do you think?
Well, my gut says no. Well, Steemit, I think, will be around for a long time, going nowhere, I feel. That's just Steemit's just going to stay. I mean, it was in beta it's been in beta for over 3 years. You know, a lot of people poured a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into there. I just don't think it's going to move, but my guess.
I concur. Sherry Voluntary says, oh, is this the guy from Japan? Yes, it is. This is Graham Smith. You know Sherry, right? Do you know Sherry Voluntary?
Hi, Sherry. I know the name. I don't know if we're friends. I hope you're not one of the people I've blocked in one of my many recent feuds. I don't think so.
So BitChute. This is probably the biggest player right now. What do you think about BitChute?
I like BitChute. I need to use it more. I have only a couple videos there, but I'm not too familiar with it, honestly. I haven't used it much.
The website's okay. I tried
Didn't it just move?
What?
Sorry, didn't they just change servers or change something?
I don't know.
BitChute?
I don't know that.
Okay. That's okay.
I forced myself to subscribe. So everybody I subscribe to on YouTube, I looked for on BitChute, and I subscribed to all of them, and I forced myself for a week and a half-ish to only watch those channels on BitChute so I could get a feel for it. I installed the app and everything. The app is the worst app I think I've ever put on my phone. It is terrible. It is damn near useless. It is not acceptable. The website, not that bad. It actually notifies you when the people you are subscribed to publish a video, which is refreshing coming from YouTube. So the website's fine. Like I kind of like BitChute on the website. It's not bad. It's cool. It's nice to not have to worry about being like demonetized or being taken down and stuff. The other people, like if you just watch some of the other creators' content on BitChute, they just talk differently than you're used to seeing when you're used to watching videos on YouTube, because they're just not scared. They're not worried about what people are going to think about what they say as much. So it was neat. It was a free feeling. I think BitChute is probably the biggest mainstream competition to YouTube right now. That's my opinion.
That's cool. Yeah, I hear good things about BitChute. And it does feel clean, man, regardless of how clunky some of these platforms are. Like after I'm on Facebook for a period of time or YouTube, I just feel like I need a shower.
Yeah.
Sometimes, my channel was demonetized a long time ago, and now I'm just floating. So who knows when all your videos will be deleted, all that work. So good to have alternatives.
The next one is BitTube. This is the one that I was really bullish on. I thought this was going to be the next thing. It's not really it's based on IPFS, so in that way it's not censorable, but they can still manipulate some of the listings, which isn't perfect. It's based on watch time, so the creators get paid based on people's view, like how many seconds eyeballs are watching your content. You get paid in cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency got up to like 4 cents at one point, so it wasn't worthless. It looked like it could go somewhere. I did a video on it. I interviewed one of the people at BitTube on this thing, and it just seems to. I'm worried about it, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't want to say I was wrong yet, but they just basically threw away their entire previous platform. They've got some new platform that they had in closed beta that they wouldn't give me access to, while they allowed their existing platform to stop working. And so I have not been able to upload Disenthrall videos forever. It's very frustrating. I'm not really happy with BitTube right now. I don't currently predict that this is going to be the next thing. And so I've actually been thinking about just drastically paring down the number of platforms I publish to, because I just waste so much time. And we get all the views on YouTube and Facebook anyway, but I'm just trying to support these alternatives, but none of them really do much. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the one that moved. That's what I was thinking of, BitTube, or they're going to move to a new address or something.
Yep. Oh, I can't show Pornhub. Crap, I almost loaded that page. Okay. Because we're streaming to Twitch and stuff, and they'll ban me instantly if I accidentally pull up the Pornhub account. I clicked it, I opened the tab, and I closed it before it showed. That would have been an instant ban. What?
I wanted to tell you that is so fucking hilarious what you're doing over there at Pornhub. I saw a couple of the things you posted there. It's so funny, man.
We're up to 15,000 views and 7 subscribers on Pornhub. I can't. Okay, I can kind of show. I can show this much of the page. That's all you get.
It's such a subversive use of a porno page, man. It's so funny.
It's hilarious. They've taken down more of our videos than YouTube, by the way. Any video that discusses a news story having anything to do with anything controversial, they delete that thing instantly. So, like, if I'm covering like a news story about like Bill Cosby, rape. Like they do not allow that. Nothing containing any wrong keywords happen. No murder at all. Murder cannot be anywhere near a video, or they will delete it because they don't want to be associated with that kind of porn. Anyway, okay, Steam It. We talked about Minds. This is a big one, and Tim Pool is probably the biggest name on Minds right now. Are you familiar with Minds? Do you use it?
I am on Minds, but I haven't used it very much. But I am on there, yeah.
Yeah,
isn't that tied into a cryptocurrency as well?
I believe it is.
Ether or something?
I believe it is, and I'm not terribly familiar with it, and I don't see a lot of people, or I'm not getting a lot of views. I've been publishing there for I think over a year now. I just don't. I don't see. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it yet, but we'll see. I think it's going to be around because I think it's starting to get a little bit of mainstream support from people like Tim Pool, who's starting news efforts on it.
How about MeWe? Are you gonna? Maybe you're gonna get to that one.
Oh, let me see here. Hold on. I think we have a MeWe, don't we? Let me see.
I liked the idea of MeWe, but it's just such a clusterfuck that it's hard to tell what's going on over there, the way the pages are organized.
I don't think I currently update MeWe, but I think we have a page or a group or something. I just don't like it. That's a subjective preference-y opinion. I think the interface is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same here.
What are your thoughts on MeWe? Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it. there's a
Go ahead.
decent community of voluntarists there, but it's just, I don't like the name of the site, and I don't like how it's organized visually. It just feels like I'm bombarded with a million different things and I don't know what they are. Messages, comments, it's a clusterfuck, I guess would be the most sophisticated way I could think of to describe it.
SoundCloud isn't like an alternative platform. It's pretty mainstream, probably the biggest mainstream podcasting platform, maybe next to iTunes. But I want to make sure that people are aware. If you prefer to consume this long form content as a podcast, we do publish everything ever to SoundCloud, so that is a thing that you can use. Streamlabs is our link.
I actually love SoundCloud.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My favorite thing is that you can comment on a timestamp. And like the comment pops up right where it was left. And so when people leave comments on our podcast on SoundCloud, I can be like, oh, that's what we were talking about. I love that. I really, really love that. I wish all the other platforms would adopt it. So what's another one? What have we missed? Narrative is one that one of our viewers keep. Yeah, Finian maybe is the one that brings up Narrative. I still don't know anything about Narrative or why
I'm on Narrative as well.
Oh, what are your thoughts? Should I try it out?
It's like a more organized Steemit, and it's cool, but there's not a whole lot of traffic currently, but there's been 2 payouts already. It's more centralized and less Wild West than Steemit, which has its good points and bad points. The voting system over there, it's much harder to game it. It's much harder to game the system. There's like a tribunal of people that manage things. And the basic system is you can buy a niche. So if you create the niche of Disenthrall or voluntarism, you can buy it, and then you'll get like a 10% cut of the rewards from every post that's tagged with that niche.
Can't somebody come along and like outbid you for a niche name?
They can, yeah, and then they can, and then they would own it, and then they have to manage it. So
wouldn't that mean that somebody could like buy Disenthrall out from under me? Like,
no, not out from under you, because once you have it for a year.
So like after a year, somebody could.
Finian might have to correct me on that.
Because
I don't know a whole lot.
That would be a problem. That would be a problem for me. Yeah.
Truth. I'm not sure exactly about that, but I will say it's more organized than Steemit. I'm not active there right now. Finian's pretty active there. It's clean as far as the visual layout. You can communicate with the creators of the site pretty easily, but it's not as wild as Steemit was as far as the viewpoints and the anarchy and all that stuff. But we'll see. Who knows? I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Hey, Finian, can you drop by our Discord server and maybe spend some time in a voice chat with me and like educate me on the platform? I'm interested in learning. Like, I really want to support these alternate platforms. I'm just so it seems like there was a big explosion of new ones, and they're all like we're at the part where they're all starting to fail and fizzle out and break and not be maintained. And I want to make sure that I'm not about to invest a lot of time into another one for that to happen. Zeke asks...
Finian says you won't lose the niche. You won't lose the niche. I think you just have to rebuy it. There's like a time period or something.